Friday Night Live. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the batteries back in the remote. I dropped it. Special edition because I'm going to be hanging out here on the couch. My buddy Mike is here. He's my buddy that breeds the rainbow fish that I sell on the website. So, yeah, and Havana's already in her seat, ready for the live stream. But I hope everybody's doing well and you're having a good week. I see there's already been a super chat. Hopefully I can get to the chat, live chat, and see who that came from. GB, good to see you. Brooke, Trista, Vanessa, Von Yenzer, good to see you. The Metalheads, Matt, good to see you guys. It's a little bit different. Normally I'm using my computer to talk to you guys or read the chat, but we'll get there. Metalhead Prime with the 614 super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Good hanging out with the Metalheads this past weekend at Ohio Fish Rescue. Good hanging out with Ohio Fish Rescue, Josh and Big Rich. It was a good time. And Zach from SC Fish Keeping, not SC Aquatics, but SC Fish Keeping was there. And it was a fun, relaxing weekend, minus the hot sauce. So we did a kind of a hot sauce challenge Saturday night. And I just told the story to Mike. He's over there laughing. So it was, we used the toothpicks. And, you know, you dab the sauce and you put it on your tongue. Well, Slow Joe and Mrs. Melhead tried, I don't know the name of it, but I think it was like 600 Scoville units of heat. And they both kind of were like, holy crap, that's hot. Well, Josh busts out this stuff that's like 6 million and says, you should try this. And nobody wanted to try it. And I was feeling pretty good at the moment, so I was like, I'll try it. So I tried it. Immediately, the heat hit me. I was like, it wasn't a creeper. It wasn't slowly. It just was like, bam, full heat. Probably drank a gallon of water to try to offset it. But, yeah, that was Saturday night. I got hot sauce in my eye later on. That was probably worse. It was like being pepper sprayed. But it was a good time. Mrs. Metalhead said yours was called The End. Yeah, it was the end of my taste buds. Steven, good to see you. He says, here from OFR page shout out. Well, I appreciate you swinging by, bud. Good evening, everybody. So, I guess I'll update you since I was at OFR this past weekend. I did get rid of, I rehomed my axolotls. So I had the 2 axolotls that were in the 20-gallon tank that was out here. I rehomed them to the Metalheads to give to their daughter. So that means that tank is open. I'll actually flip you guys around and show you what it looks like right now. So this tank is open. I did put some snails in here. I couldn't have snails in here before the axolotls because the axolotls would eat them. So they're going through and they're kind of munching on the algae and stuff that's been in there. But this tank is going to end up being the Barbados tank. So I'm going to upgrade the Barbados, which are currently in a 10-gallon tank. And I'll show you guys those. They're right here. Are they dropping eggs right now? It looks like they might be breeding during the live stream. But these guys are going to go out of this 10-gallon to a 20 long. So they'll get double the water capacity and double the footprint. So that'll make them happy. And they're breeding. They've been breeding every week. I've been moving their eggs to the fry rack. So kind of excited. So I think I'm going to put other stuff than just the Barbados in there. And I'm thinking, since that's a cold water tank, and by cold water I mean not heated, so it's room temperature, somewhere around 70 degrees right now, I think I might put gold white cloud minnows in there. Maybe do 8 of them or so. But if you have any suggestions for a tank that's could go as low as 66 and usually stays under 72, drop a comment and let me know what you think I should put in there. But I'm thinking some white cloud minnows. Jim Sheasley with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, hey, what's up from Northeast Ohio? I'll tell you what's up, Jim. This weather here in Ohio, it goes from like 40 degrees to 80 degrees to it rained nonstop yesterday. It rained today, which means I'm going to have to cut a lot of grass here soon. But Jim, good to see you in here, and thank you so much for the super chat. Mrs. Metalhead says Freya and Pickle. Yeah, so they named the axolotls, and I said that was one of the conditions of me rehoming was you got to give them names, and the names are Freya and Pickle. So, all right. Florida Fish Rescue, good to see you. Dropping in to lurk. All right. Zen Ginger, good to see you. Thank you so much for putting the website link and the discount code. Appreciate you. Anybody, I did check out the new feature on the website where you can be reminded if products are out of stock. I'll remind you if you don't know, if you go on the website and there's something that's out of stock and you're interested in it, let's say you want to buy a super red pluck that's out of stock, on the right side of the screen, this is my right side, I don't know if this is your right side, either side, there's going to be a blue bar and it says like notify me when stock. Click that and you just type in your email address, and when I put something back into stock, it will let you know immediately. So I went through there today and saw what people were requesting, and there was pygmy Corydorus, which that is a definite. Even Mike wants some pygmies, so I do need to get more. And that was an unfortunate thing that happened was I actually ordered them. They sent me pygmy habrosus and not pygmy pygmaeus. So I need to do another order and try to get the regular pygmies. But another one I saw on there was a Decibarbs. And we'll go out to the fish room. I got a couple in there, and they are stunning fish when they're colored up. So I need to get more of those in. I'm trying to think what else I saw in there. Some plecos, maybe. Redline torpedo barbs. I think I got like one single in there, so I need to get more so I can do the group buys. But yeah. So it's just a feature that, use it if you're looking for something. And the reason I mention that is I have a wholesale order that will be here this coming week of hard goods. I sold out of a lot of the Northfin foods this week, so the replacements will be here next week. And I got the bill today, so hopefully they ship out today, if not Monday. I am JC said, hey, I just came here from Ohio Fish Rescue. Nice to meet you, mate, from UK. Have you or anyone here ever kept waru? Wondering what schooling fish would work, but not silver dollars because they grow too big. I personally have not kept them, so I'm not the best person to give you advice on those. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the chat would be better suited to let you know what they think. Mrs. Melhead said, Pickle guy's name because he likes to get stuck behind his hide or in the sponge filter. Always in a pickle. Hey, it works. Texas Fish Room, good to see you. Been crazy busy at our shop printing baseball shirts past few weeks, so missed a lot of people's live streams. Now, with summer coming on, trying to come on full force, I found I myself have been getting busier and busier to where I'm missing people's streams and videos. I did on my lunch break yesterday try to catch up on some of the OFR videos. I watched the one where they got the ducks, and then yeah. Mr. Metalhead Prime says, at SEO Quacks, the plants I got you from you are doing great, which means I'm ordering more. I need an idea on a good fertilizer. Well, I do have a recommendation on a good fertilizer. And I hear Mike over here chuckling. Mr. Metalhead, in case you don't know, I have my own fertilizer that I would recommend. It's the 614 FERT. And Matt F. beat me to it. He dropped the link to the fertilizer. That's what I would recommend. It comes highly reviewed by people throughout the YouTube Fish Fam community. It's if I had to compare it, I mean, all the analysis is listed on the website. If I had to compare it to something, it's very similar to the Tropica European formula. So over in Europe, everybody, how we kind of have aquarium co-op here. Well, Tropica is a big deal over in Europe, and this is similar to their formula. Zen Ginger said, "What about hatchet fish? Kind of like smaller silver dollars, and seriously, fish just suggest not keeping Waru with other aggressive fish.
Rainbows.
Can you keep them with rainbows?" Mike was asking. I don't know about the temperament of Warus. Waru are found in the wild with discus and archer fish.
Yeah, rainbows could do good.
Mike says that since they would do good with rainbows. That'd be a cool combo to see rainbows and Warus. Like, be careful with hatches. They're serious jumpers and will jump out of the smallest hole in lids. Good tip, IHSP. Good to see you. Give Pupper some pets from us. Oh, we got Charlotte. Oh, let me flip you around. Check out this pupper. Look at this girl. Havana. What are you doing, Wiggles? You're on YouTube right now. Did you know that? You know you're on YouTube? I was cutting some box liners. Oh, guys, she's coming up here. And here comes Jealous. Oh, jeez. Oh, she's actually coming all the way up. She's jumping up here. You can't really fit. All right, I gotta recline because she's trying to fit all the way up here. All right, let me get back in the chat. Can keep them with Corydoras, archerfish, angels. Angels could be cool too. All right. Where are we at? I think I'm actually caught up. At SC Aquatics, my 614 guppies had some babies. Yeah, those things don't stop. My kitchen fish tank, which is like the overflow during winter before my pond setup, I actually had to send a bunch out of that to Mr. Melhead. Bought some mutt guppies from me, and so I sent him some of the 614 guppies and then some of the Tequila Sunrise mixes out of my kitchen. SC Aquatics is being invaded. You're not kidding, especially by a 70-pound pit bull here. She's so vicious. And that one too. She's just trying to show off her YouTube. Waiting on the Vienna to start popping some. Yeah, they're definitely slower breeding. Like they breed, but they're definitely not as quick as that Cobra cross line I have. Steven, are you making root tabs at all? Zen Ginger, that's a good update. I would get up and show you, but this situation right now. I got a machine to make root tabs.
Wow.
So yeah, I haven't told anybody yet because I gotta still kind of figure out how to use the dang thing. It's not fast. It's not like an automatic. Everything just works. It's still hand loading, but it's not like I have to hand load all the capsules into the machine. It does, I think, 100 at a time, but it's still quicker to hand load those than to hand fill 100 of them. So I did get like a little handheld machine thing to do it. I started messing with it the other night, but it was like midnight. I'm like, it's a work night. I need to go to bed. So this weekend or this coming week, I'll probably get to messing with it more. And I think Mike's going to take my current version, or not version, but current formula with him to give it a try. And we just got to keep plugging along at the formula until it's good. Like it's working now, but it's not working as quickly as I want it to. And I don't want to like have a diluted, if that makes sense, formula that makes people to like keep rebuying like immediately because they're not getting the growth they want, so they're trying to feed more and more to the roots. I want it to be, I guess, like a premium root tab, like a good root tab. So I'm just keep messing with the formula, and it's all dry fertilizer, so there's no correct, like this formula works perfectly for all root plants. So it's just something I have to keep trying out. And the other thing I want to try is putting the root tab into potted plants. So I know farms will put fertilizer in their pots. And there are these like little beads. It almost looks like what's that stuff you recharge from Chem? You know what I'm talking about? The little, they almost look like little plastic beads. They absorb stuff. You can recharge them. But potted plants, if you ever taken plants out of rock wool, it almost looks like little snail eggs. And you're like, what are these little eggs in here? It's actually fertilizer balls that they put in the pots in the rock wool. So I know Aquarium Co-op, he will put root tabs in when he plants stuff in pots. Those like easy planters and stuff like that he has. Purigen, that's what I was thinking. Purigen or Matrix. So I want to try to start doing that too, especially like when I get the plant orders in. Everything's immerse grown. I do convert as much as I can over, and that would just help speed up that process. Okay. Jim Sheasley with another $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Didn't even say nothing. Just throwing some dollar bills at me. Maybe maybe we'll give Havana a little treat.
Make it right.
That's her favorite word. And we'll give her something with that. Okay. Mrs. Melhes says, I love Charlotte. Everybody loves Charlotte. I needed Charlotte like 20 years ago when I was in college. All the ladies love her. This is my baby, though. Vanna's my girl. Mainly because she listens to me. Dalmatian's deaf if you're new here. Alright, I think I'm caught up at the bottom.
That never happened.
I am JC Pit Bulls. We call them nanny dogs. My American Bull Mastiff is crossed with a Pit Bull. He's so gentle with our 5-month-old when she wants to say hello to him. Nice checking out the stream tonight. JC, yeah, Pit Bulls, you said you call them nanny dogs, or what was the word? Where'd he go? Nanny dogs. Yeah, if you look up what's the best nanny dog, it's a Pit Bull. I think the second one is Golden Retriever or something like that. But yeah, Pit Bulls, they're very loyal and very good guard dogs. They just get a bad rap. You on YouTube? You want to say anything? Do you want a treat? See how quick she snaps? You want a treat? She'll hop down. You want a treat? Oh, yep. All right, now I gotta give her a treat. All right. Fish room tour. Yeah, let's, well, I gotta give the dog a treat now, because I told her I would. Yeah, we'll check out. Ooh, new order just came through. Thank you, whoever that was. Appreciate you. Even the deaf ones over here. Oh, we'll get it. All right, let's do a fish room while we're here. Oh, and I fixed the noise in the fish room. I had that bleed off, and it was always making that hissing noise. And I would come out here and turn the air off whenever going live. Well, the air's still going. And I'll show you the easy fix I found for that. But we'll just go through the tanks kind of like as normal. These are the Vienna guppies and the gold laser corridoras. Next tank is the green corridoras and a couple random guppies. A couple more random guppies. Focus. And what else is in here? Celestial Pearl Danios and Albino Corridoras. And then the last tank, which is a really cool tank, is the Concolor Corys, which are the only Corys that I have kept that will swim like a regular, fish and not like a bottom dweller, like how these guys are down right here. Moving down, try not to be super crazy on here. This just has ram's horns. Pygmy habrosis, which is what that guy was swimming away. Sorry about the reflection. There's a couple pandas in here somewhere. Not much really going on in this tank. Yeah, man, they're huge. Zebra Danios in here. These are also some plants. Just trying to move some stuff out of the way. This is the 614 guppies. A lot of duckweed on this tank. I leave it because the duckweed's removing nitrates, and there's a lot of guppies in here, so it's just kind of extra. But it's getting to the point where I actually need to scoop some out and give it to the goldfish. These guys are looking awesome. Check that guy out. He's fire. These diamond tetras. Oh, here's the Odessa barb too. These diamond tetras. Where's that glare? Are massive. Longfin. There's the Odessa barb. You can see that red line on them. This tank is the glow light tetras. Where the plecos are at. There's a couple plecos in there that are breeding. More crypts. These are the Crypt Wendetti greens. These are on the website now. Flipping you around. This tank's empty. It had killifish, but they hit the 2-year-old mark and they passed away, as most killifish will. This is the LRB coal shrimp tank. You can see some shrimp swimming around there. This is a holding tank for some, I think there's 1, maybe 2 panda cories in here. I can kind of see them moving through the moss. Right below, this is got some blue-green algae growing, so I wanted to treat that. But this has blue shrimp, and they're always... Oh, there's some. There's one back there. I can see them, but it's hard to get them on camera. I need to remember to change the lighting. So now we're in the rack system. Rack system 2. This tank is nothing but Christmas moss. So you order Christmas moss on the website, it gets pulled out of this tank. This thing is filled front to back of Christmas moss. This is the pearl weed. It's listed on the website. And this is kind of what it looks like when you float it. This is completely floating. And what kind of sucks is, since it's floating, it's blocking the water flow, so it gets a little of that protein skim on the top. But when it floats, it gets this awesome green color, which the lights are really dim right now, but it's pretty sweet. So it is on the website now. I think I added it last week. Up here are the Autosynclus and the Melanite cories that bred out here. When I had those ginormous adults last year, they were breeding in the Christmas moss. And once I got rid of the adults, the eggs were no longer being eaten, and now I have the babies. And they are also on the website. Moving over, these are, I forget the rainbow fish. These are parva from Oddball Aquatics. Some black neon tetras and rainbow fish.
Man, them are awesome. Them are rare.
Mike was saying, look at these awesome rare fish. Convict cichlids, of course. Also with some rainbow fish and some more rainbow fish. Probably, look at all that Christmas moss. It grows quicker than I can sell it, and I sell a lot of it. These tanks, you're not going to see the fish. This is the Parkinsonite tank. Oh, there's one right there in front. There's 2 right in front. But these are from the ones that were bred in my computer room.
There's a Parkinson. I never from picked up right there, that one orange fin.
hell's it moving? So this is Gambusia, which is the mosquito fish. Some super reds, and then you can see way in the back, that's a roseline shark or a torpedo barb. All the way in the back. Yep, these guys up front are the Gambusia. And then just the bottom is technically the sump, which just has some plants in it, and is like a settling chamber. See down here, detritus and stuff as it flows through all these tanks settles, and that's how I can stock that system with a lot of fish and never really have any issues. The tank down there has just got convex cichlids, nothing really fun to look at. Over here's another shrimp tank, and that's Christmas musk, guys. That started off as one clump and became a ginormous, reminds me of like an evergreen bush. But this has some snails and some shrimp. There's a blue dream right there. Yeah. Christmas moss galore. I definitely do want to do more and more shrimp tanks, because they're just fun to watch. And this tank down here is empty. This thing's been empty for so long. So this thing, sorry, I know I'm glaring. There's one plant survived. That tank had an issue over a year ago where no matter what I put in it, it kept dying. And I was treating with medications. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let the tank go stagnant and eventually do a reset on it, probably bleach it. I never bleached it, but now there's plants growing in it. Oh, let's look at the Barbatus, because they're definitely showing some activity over here. We're breeding on the live stream, guys. That's what they're doing. So what will happen is the female will clutch the eggs with her fins and place them on the glass, and then the male will swim by and fertilize them. That's what these little specks are. These are eggs that just started tonight, and they usually do groups of 6 to 10. So if anybody's interested in breeding them, that's about what you get out of them. About 6 or 10 in a group. I guess we better check these guys out. This will be the last time you see these guys, because Mike is taking them. So these guys really need a bigger tank. This is like a 14-gallon. They're always kind of huddled up under this driftwood. Mike's got a lot of big tanks, so he's going to take them. Probably continue breeding them. These guys are breeding, but I just don't put the time into pulling the eggs every single time. And since they're so big, any little fry that come out, they swallow them up. And these guys are huge. These are some, like these Polyadus corridors, which is the salt and pepper, are massive. They are huge. They might be wild caught. They are huge. This tank is getting a little bit better every week. I mean, there's still quite a bit of algae. Finally, I've been waiting on these ram's horns. If you can see right here, they're finally putting eggs down. They're getting the algae under control. They kind of pretty much got all this little string algae and hair algae. They got that under control. But the glass, I don't scrape this tank. So you couldn't see this tank a few weeks ago. Put some more ram's horns in there, and now they're cleaning it up pretty good. Look at these guys. I know it looks like a hot mess. They'll get this glass clean here shortly. And for instance, the axolotl tank, no cleaning of it, and it's clear, no algae. The plants have some algae. You can see that, and some detritus. So I took the sponge filter out to let the metalheads use a cycle filter. But the snails have their work cut out on these leaves. There's, a lot of algae buildup, but they'll get the job done. And that bubbling noise is this hang on back. The lift tube is flipped and it's underwater right now, so it's bubbling like you're blowing bubbles in chocolate milk. All right, where are we at? Let me grab in the chat, see if there's any questions. Because I was not paying attention at all when I was in the fish room. So let me scroll back up. Okay. It's the owner, not the dog. I missed whoever that was referenced to. Okay. Matt says, I'm going to buy some of that plant on my next order. If you're talking about the Christmas moss, please do. I got plenty of it. They are massive. Papa Shrimp, good to see you. That is Jerry. My brother has a peppercorn that's about 3.5 to 4 inches long. That's crazy. I honestly didn't know, like, because you read online, like, oh, they can get up to this size. And I've never seen fish as big as what they claim, but I swear the stir-bys in my 130 are over 3 inches. I believe it. I do believe it. Went to the pet store. Alfie says, went to the pet store, fell in love with black phantom tetras, added to my discus tank, and suddenly discus eggs everywhere. Yeah, I mean, the dither fish, you know, the discus feel a lot more comfortable having those phantom tetras in there, and that's why they're breeding. So that's awesome. Vanya's there with a 614 super chat. That was the wife referring to Pitbull. She loved the pupper cameos. Yeah, I always like getting them in here. And oh, guys, would you look at this dog? She's cheating on me. She went over and she's now cuddling with Mike. And this one just, she could care less about me. Alright, I think I am good on the chat. And this might be a short live stream tonight. Normally I go to 9:30, but Mike and I have some business things to attend to tonight. He's taking those Park and Sonai rainbows, which I gotta try catching those things, and they're fast. And so I gotta try to catch those out. And even these Corridoras are not going to be fun because of the driftwood. So we got something that should be easy, and it never is. So I gotta try to catch all these fish out. 2 nets. I mean, there might be 5 nets involved. In worst case, the easiest thing to do is lower the water level, because then you only have to worry about them going side to side away from you instead of going all over the place. So we'll see how it goes. Oddball Aquatics, Haley's here, says good luck. Yep, that is the thing. All right, guys. Well, I'm probably going to call it here because I don't really have anything to talk about, because I just knew that we were going to have Mike coming over and hanging out and catching fish. It's probably going to be 2 tanks. It's going to take a half an hour. The rainbows are going to be miserable to catch because they're so fast. But maybe I'll let Mike, who's an expert rainbow fish breeder, catch them out and show me how it's done. We'll see. And I'll give him the OFR shrimp net that these rainbows will even fit their head in. They're big. And then, so what that means, if you're not caught up, is I'm pulling the rainbow fish out. I did bring them. The eggs are in the fish room, and they're hatching and everything. I want to put Vienna guppies in that tank. I want to bump production on the Vienna guppies, and those rainbows would eat all the fry, so they're pigs. Yeah, for sure. They eat everything. They are not picky at all. So IHSP said going to be placing an order for more thermometers here soon. IHSP, FYI, I don't know if you want those glass ones. I got a bunch of those in stock. And the digital ones that's like the number readings, those are on the way because those were almost sold out. I still get like half and half on those. So I think I have like a dozen more of those coming. That's with that Northfin order. I'm trying to think what else. Maybe some medications. Once again, the Fritz stuff is just impossible to get. I got a case of Fritz Complete on the way. And I can't remember what else. It was mainly a big Northfin order. And I got Northfin Community Flake coming, which I haven't used yet. And with the other stuff, I've been impressed with the Northfin stuff. Super Chat 614 if you want Steven to stay live for the fish catching. Oh, man. I can record it, and Mike can try to catch them with his bare hands. Yes, like, where's the tripod so we can watch the misery?
Hailing is a fun rainbow. It's hard to catch.
Yeah, I mean, I know how fun they are catching out of those 10 gallons. Like when I'm selling them on the website. So the rainbows are for sale are out in the fish room in the 10-gallon tanks, and they can be little rockets in a 10-gallon. And my net is as wide as a 10-gallon, but it's not as tall. So they master how to go over or under the net. Yes, record Mike catching them. Chevy fish. I worked plenty too. Was driving but pulled over in the parking lot at the moment. I'm glad you're not texting and driving. Melhead said, I'm testing that digital one with my Flowerhorn. I figure if it can make it through Bobby, I'll order more. I got more of those. Lower the water level way down. Yes, so that's easier said than done. It takes to go low probably takes 20 minutes to drain that tank. And the reason why is I have to use either buckets or a trash can because I don't have a hose that will drain that tank like to the bathroom. I have a hose that will fill the tank from the fish room. It's 100-foot long, but I don't have a drain hose. So the way I do is I put a python in it, and I drain it into a trash can. Then I have to drag the trash can to the bathtub, dump it in the bathtub, and then repeat a few times. So it takes a little while. Oddball Quack says, come get me, I'll catch those rainbows. 3 hours, 6 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours.
Tell her walk to Dayton, we'll pick her up.
Wait, Mike said walk to Dayton and we'll pick you up. So we wouldn't have to really leave until tomorrow night to go pick her up. She's going to hurt you. All right. I think I am caught. Nope, I'm not caught up again. Do you have a siphon hose big enough for rainbows to fit comfortably and siphon the buggers out?
No, they're big.
I mean, that male.
He's a tank.
Yeah, he's big. One of the females is pretty small, but I don't have a hose. For the smallest female, I don't have a hose big enough to be able to siphon them. They're big. They might not look big on the live stream, but they're big. They're big fish. And they weren't big when I got them. It's because I feed those plecos so heavily to try to get them to breed that the rainbows just eat all the food.
They have basically 3 top fish in a 55.
Yeah, there's only 3 of them in a 55, so they got plenty of room to swim. Yeah. Let's keep talking so he can't get caught up. Matt, I see what you're doing. Who else loves Steven's products? I didn't know, just a suggestion. That's a great idea for guppies, though. Because I always catch, actually the guppies I sent to Josh, Mr. Mellowhead, I hand caught because they're so used to me just feeding them that they all swarm the surface and I just hand catch them out. So those are probably the easiest fish. But the siphon would also be really good for the Corydoras if they're small enough. Because then you can just take the little tube and get to them when they're underneath stuff. That's a really good idea. I never thought of that. Where'd my chat go? All right. I am still metal and still prime, I think. See, I use that shrimp net to catch guppies. I use that shrimp net for everything. I've caught fish in that net that are like twice the size of the net. I caught plecos in it. What was the last pleco order? I don't even remember what my last pleco order was, but plecos that only their heads fit in that net, I will use that net to kind of get them in the corners of the tank, and I just basically harass them enough till they like flip around, they'll shoot into the net, and then shoop, up and out they go. Those nets are so handy. They're tiny, but they're so handy. I use them for so much things. Do you think we could catch Brutus in it? That'd be a good video. I'm pretty sure that net extended all the way he could eat it. I did pet Brutus on Saturday. He was at the surface. I'm like, man, don't bite me. I don't have pellets. And he let me pet him. He didn't like dart away or anything, which is cool. At SC Aquatics puts blood, sweat, and tears in catching metalhead fish. Tell you what, the axolotls were harder to catch than the fish this time. And just because I just hand catch axolotls because they got their little fingers and they got their gill frilly things. I didn't want to put them in a net. I'd rather just hand catch them. And they kept diving under the driftwood, and I didn't want to tear the driftwood apart. So I was being sneaky and leaving my hand in the water, waiting for them to come out. And then I lost my patience. So then I was kind of like, yeah. But the fish themselves this time weren't bad. Sometimes I could catch fish quickly, and they'll be the simplest order I go to do on my lunch break, and it takes me 40 minutes to catch a few fish. It's either super easy or it's just a pain in the butt. Typically, the more fish in the tank, the easier, because then you do the swoop and catch a bunch out. Yeah. Skirt tetras are a real bit... Wait, where did my chat go? Real beast to catch too. There's one black skirt tetra in there. And luckily, I haven't had to try to catch him out of that tank. He's in there with the OFR oddballs. Brutus almost swallowed a duck. Did he really? Did they put the ducks inside?
One jumped out of the box, he said.
Oh, I missed that. And it went in the pond?
Was going to.
Oh, man. That would have been bad. He would have swallowed that thing whole. Alright. I feel like I'm getting a weird glare on here. I don't know what's going on. Skirt tetras get bigger than most people think, too. Mine really hasn't gotten too much bigger, I don't think, than when I got them. The diamond tetras are big. The diamond, I told you guys a couple weeks ago, these diamond tetras are beasts. It was on the edge of the pond. Josh dove to keep it from getting in. Wow. Was that in the video, or was this, like, just mentioned? Okay, I was going to say, this is in the video. I got to watch that. They should have pulled up the security camera and got footage of it. That would have been cool. Oh, yeah, duck in that pond would be dinner. Not just by Brutus. There's a lot of fish in there that would eat those baby ducks. The gar would be right on top of it. Oh, they mentioned it in the live stream. Okay. I missed that part. All right, guys. It's been 45 minutes. I went a little bit longer than I thought. Not as long as normally, but I do have some fishy business to attend to tonight. I do appreciate all the super chats. You guys always pull through every Friday night with the super chats for me. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate my members and my moderators. Next week, I'll try to have a topic because I feel like when I do topics, the live streams go smoother, I guess. But this is just a special edition from the couch, and Charlotte is sleeping right now. Just so you guys
Look at this hand.
know. Oh yeah, look. Mike started petting her, so now she's never going to get up. But fishy business needs to happen. All right. Matt says, thanks, Mike, for letting him hang out with us. But anyways, guys, I'll see you next Friday. And I am Squirrel. It wouldn't be a live stream without Squirrel. I'm building a new computer as we speak. I'm hoping maybe this weekend it'll be done. And then I can get back to editing videos. And if that's the case, I will probably be editing videos Sunday. It's my nephew's birthday, so no guarantees. I will be doing some family things on Sunday, but hopefully I'll have some videos uploaded. I have a ton of videos on my phone that I need to edit, and there's a backlog of videos, which is a good thing, but it sucks that I haven't been posting them, but we'll get it out there. Kelbell, good to see you. Hope you all have a great weekend, and next week. I hope you have a great weekend as well, Kelbell. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you next Friday. And where's my finger? There's like the car commercials. We're like, buy this car. Anyways, Squirrel, see you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and Mike and Havana and Charlotte. We appreciate